Hi everyone, for this text effect, I'm making my clip 2 seconds, but you can make yours shorter or longer if you want. So start by going to multi-layer, make your color background green or blue, whichever color you're now going to use, that way it's easier to mask out later. For layer 1, make a text layer and write out your entire text. Keep in mind that with the way that we're going to do this, you can only have up to 14 letters. You can make it either a solid, outline, or 3D text and just edit it the way that you want. Edit the font, color, spacing, etc. so it looks exactly how you want. When you're done, you may want to reduce the size of your text so it all fits within the screen, or if you just want to make it smaller. Now for layer 2, make another text layer and make it the same style as your first layer. So if your first layer was a 3D text, you want to keep it as a 3D text. Keep it the same font, but you can change the color if you want. Now we're going to use the first layer as a guide to place our first letter. Go into that layer and show the other layers and change the position so it's exactly where your first letter is. Then you want to go to the frame where you want your text to start scattering. Here, keyframe the path and all of the rotations. Then go to the end of your clip and drag it to a random direction and just change up the rotations randomly. You don't have to change all of the rotations if you don't want to. Now to add graphs, go to the second keyframe and for the path, click the checkbox so that it's straight. Make the last keyframe straight as well. Then add this graph. You want to add that same graph to all of the rotations. Now add another text layer and make your second letter. Go into that layer and show the other layers. Copy the keyframes from layer 2 and at the very beginning move the letter to where it's supposed to be. Change the size if you need to. Go to the second keyframe and position it so that the white dot lines up with the gray dot. At the end, change the path so that it scatters in another direction. I recommend alternating, so make one layer go up, make the next layer go down, then up, then down again. At the end, you also want to change up the rotations randomly. Don't delete the keyframes though, that way we can change the numbers without having to add the graph over and over again. Now, just repeat this process for layer 4. Make another text layer, copy the keyframes from the previous layer, show the other layers, change the position of the first keyframe, then the second keyframe. At the end, drag it to another direction and change all of the rotations. And then just keep repeating this until you have all of your letters. Once you're done, delete the first layer and make sure to remember where you made your first keyframe. If you want, you can create a master layer with all of the layers and reduce the size even more. Then just create your clip. Now to add this onto your clip, go to multi-layer and have your clip for the first layer. For the second layer, add the text effect that we made. Add a mask for layer 2 and mask out the background. Then go to the frame where you started the scatter and you want to keyframe the opacity here so that it's still at 100. Then at the very end, make the opacity 0. Now you can just create your clip again and you're done.